Well, good morning, YouTube. This is Chuck, and it's Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I had something kind of interesting happen this morning, and I thought while it's all fresh in my mind still, I thought I'd share it with you. Well, this morning at about 3:30 a.m., I woke up and I had to go potty, which is not unusual, so I went up and I did that, and I went back to bed. Almost immediately, the dog was there, and he was acting like he needed to go outside and go potty, and that's not unusual either. My house is pretty quiet, and it's a big house, and when it's real at night downstairs, and if you flush the toilet upstairs, you can hear the water in the pipes. And I figured that's what he heard, and he decided he wanted to go out as well. So he was right there, and so I got up and went downstairs and put him outside, and he did his thing. And so he came back inside, and I went back upstairs and went to bed again. Well, this is where it starts getting a little different. Because all of a sudden, he was back, but he acted totally different. He acted like he wanted to go outside again, but he was very pushy. He was acting like a different dog. He was pushing me with his nose and then looking back at the stairway, pushing me with his nose and looking back at the stairway. And that's different than what he usually is. And that got my attention, of course. I hadn't gone back to sleep yet. And so I figured, well, okay, he needs to go outside again. So I got up, and that time when I looked at the clock, it was about 3:45. And I'm thinking, well, I'm probably not going to go back to sleep again anyway, if I do. So I went ahead and got dressed and took him back downstairs, put him back outside again. And sure enough, he went out where the area lit up by the porch light, and he went outside and he went potty again. And so I thought, oh, well, okay, that's kind of what it is. And well, last night was a supermoon, so it was really bright outside. And so after I got the dog back inside, I walked into the living room and I looked out the window on the front door and up in the driveway, and the moon's got the whole area lit up, and I saw the newspaper up there, and so I thought, well, I'll just go out and get the paper. It's also trash day, and I put the can out the night before, and but we generated a little bit of trash since then, so I picked that up, and I figured I'll go up and put that in the can and pick up the newspaper and look at the moon. So I did that, and the moon was really bright. It's a supermoon, so it's brighter than usual. And so I stood there for a little bit and looked up at the moon, and then went and put the trash in the trash can, got the paper, and my thoughts went to a lot of times when the forest people have gatherings, it seems to connect somehow with the lunar cycle, and that the lunar cycle is kind of a timing mechanism for them. And my thoughts went to that, and so I kind of reached out, and I've said in my mind, I said, if any of you are here, hello. And the moon is absolutely beautiful this evening. And as I walked back down my driveway, sure enough, I got a tingle. And so I responded back as I always do. I said, I can feel that, thank you, and you can make it stronger if you like. And it usually takes a few seconds for them to respond when you say that. And so I stood there for about 15 or 20 seconds, and sure enough, it got stronger. So that told me there was somebody there. And I thought that was interesting enough. So I came back in the house, and my normal routine when I get up early is to turn on the overnight news and the TV and turn the computer on. But this time when I came inside, I thought, maybe I'll just sit in my chair in the dark for a little bit and not turn the electronics on. And there was enough light inside the house from the bright moonlight. My eyes were accustomed to it, and so it wasn't dark inside the room at all. So I came and I sat down in my chair in my recliner, and I kicked back, and I thought, well, maybe I'll close my eyes and maybe I can doze for a little bit. And but as soon as I kind of did that, and I heard a metallic click. Then I heard 3 more metallic clicks. And to best describe it is if you took 2 large screwdrivers out of your toolbox and you click the screwdriver shafts together, it makes kind of a solid metallic click, and that's what it sounds like. And what I've come to associate that with is somehow when they materialize, when the forest people materialize inside in my case, the van normally, if I hear that little metallic click like that, it tells me they're there. Well, I'm sitting here in my chair in the dark in my living room, and I hear 4 metallic clicks. So I just started speaking out loud. I said, if that's you, if you're here, welcome to my home. And I got what we call a half full body zap. And what that is it'll be a whole half of your body. In this case, it was the right half of my body. From head to toe, I got a good solid zap, but not the left half, the right half. Well, the only time that ever happens is when they're here. So that told me they absolutely was here. So I responded back. I welcomed him again and acknowledged that I knew it was the full moon. And I thanked him for visiting me at my house. And I asked how many were there. In the meantime, too, and as well, I could kind of sense a presence. And I could even sense the presence before I got the zap. And anyway, so I got the number 4. And so then I said, if you have a message for me, I'll try to pick it up. I'll try to understand it. I'll hear it. And what I got, and it wasn't real clear voice in your head mind speak. It was kind of like a thought that kind of popped in there because I was trying to put my mind in neutral like I tell everybody else to do. And I was sitting here kicked back in the recliner chair, and I put my mind in neutral. And what I appear to have gotten is I appear to have gotten keep doing what you're doing. You are on the right path. Now, the phrase "you are on the right path" is a phrase that is familiar to us. Kevin has got that several times when he's been in contact with them. But so what I got was keep doing what you're doing. You are on the right path. Well, I asked if that was somebody I knew, and I appear to have gotten an acknowledgement that it was. But they didn't tell me. I didn't get any names. They didn't tell me who they were. They were only here for just a very short period of time, and then all of a sudden, the feeling of presence in the room was gone. And so I thought that was pretty interesting, and I thought I'd share that with you this morning while the details are all fresh in my mind. Now, how did the dog handle that? Well, he immediately came in, laid down behind my chair where he usually lays, and immediately zonked out. That tells me what they did. What I think happened is I think one of them maybe went on board him, went upstairs, and got me up. That second time they got me up, it acted like a different dog. Didn't act like he normally does. And so I think maybe one of them did that to get me up. When I went outside to look at the moon and get the paper, I was probably prompted to do that. I got the tingle out there that told me somebody was there. And then when I came in the living room, instead of turning on the lights like I normally do, I decided to come and sit in the dark. And I think that I was prompted probably to do that as well. So I think I got a visit from probably 4 elders this morning. I got that message, and I thought while it was fresh in my mind, I would share it with you. So, as I always do, let me tell you to take care of each other, love each other. The There's a lot out there that we don't understand. The world's a mystery. And until I come back with you and talk to you again, let me just tell you, peace out.